Okay. And what else did you ask? Oh, share the screen. Okay. Are we sharing the screen?
Can everybody see the PixInsight?
No, it is not being shared.
Okay. So let me
Not yet.
There it is. There, right below Michael.
That should be it. Okay, we should be good now, right?
We see it now.
All right.
All right. First thing we're going to do is open WBPP. We're actually going to process this data. And we go to scripts, batch processing. It's always the bottom one, weighted batch pre-processing.
A comment.
Please
Question.
feel free to comment. Yeah.
Okay, you have to do the cosmetic correction.
Yeah. So,
Did we have to run it on the sample data set as well? I thought we don't have to do any pre-processing because it has been done.
we don't, but we're going to show. Some people asked about post-processing, and this does a lot of really cool post-processing.
Okay.
So what we're going to do first, and Alan corrected me here, is we're going to do a process, and it is a calibration process called cosmetic correction. And we're going to use this to get rid of the hot pixels.
I didn't find very many on that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. This is really good data.
Really good data. So you can show them how to do it.
And we're just going to go with the defaults 3 hot pixels. Would you agree, Meryl?
Well, you can see how many. Go to the real time.
You have to open one of the images.
Oh yeah, you did need to open an image first.
Yeah.
Oh, remember here, right here. And then to pick one, illuminance there. And
There we go.
no, see you double clicked it, and that went it back. So I'm sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, we should have done it over here. Just drag it. There you go.
I will open up the intensity transformation and screen transfer function.
You can do that.
These and see it just without you.
These people are covering up all my icons.
Yeah, I know.
So we can relocate those things, I think.
Okay. So what did you want to do here?
Well, okay.
Open that up.
Yeah, and you can see what difference it makes, if any. I think I took it down to 2, and just it will also show you the amount of. Well, where am I looking at here? It will. Go
And if you do it without stretching it, you can see the hot pixels.
You can see it. You can
Oh,
see it.
without stretching, huh?
It's not stretched.
I mean,
Oh, I stretched
auto
it.
stretch.
Oh, without the auto stretch. Oh, okay. Yeah. But they're just not much on those.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can bring that down.
So we're going to try, you can play with this 2, 3, just look at your own data. We're going to create an instance on the desktop. We're going to call this CC for cosmetic correction. Now, thank you, Alan. We're going to open up the script. Weighted batch processing.
Cosmetic correction is executed on individual frames, right?
It
Before
is.
you,
It is, it actually saves individual files.
Well, was that your question?
yes.
Okay, the WBPP, whatever, will create cosmetically corrected.
Should I reset this or is that
Well,
good?
those are what yeah,
It looks good.
okay.
Okay, so we got warnings and we don't really need to worry about those because basically it's saying, there's no calibration frames. There's no biases, darks, and flats. It's already been done. The calibration's done. So we're going to go look at the lights tab. And we're going to, these are the defaults. And I think we ought to go with PSF signal weight. Yeah. And we got image res- and we're in interactive mode on local normalization. We kind of want to give you a preview of that. It's a very exciting new feature that allows you to find the perfect reference frames rather than going down here and choosing reference frames individually.
You're out the directories. That's what I think when I mess with, just find it. Back,
Here's the output directory.
no, just go up one more, go up a level. Yeah. No, there.
Yeah,
And pick the September 14th meetings.
gotcha.
There you go.
Okay, so
That'll put
you
everything.
set your, yeah, and I think we're gonna be ready to roll here. So now we're gonna go to the light tab. Inside the calibration tab, and we're gonna click on all these frames. We're gonna make sure we apply the template for the cosmetic correction that I just created. And I called it CC. We're gonna do that to all the lights. So we already have one up there, but we'll just use this.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
And this will get rid of the tiny little hot pixels. And this here shows you that they've been applied on all your lights. And I think we just hit run at this point.
you try diagnostics, maybe. What you said?
Yeah, there is another, you can hit select at the, under presets. And
Okay.
It gives you an option of the quality.
Yeah,
If you,
that's a good point. I mean, some people may want to have a lower quality, a faster result.
yeah,
But
Okay.
you're doing this for, in my opinion,
yeah.
for a high quality. So
Yeah,
so
right.
stick with the high quality.
Yeah.
Even if it takes a little more time.
And so we're getting the errors. It's saying there's no bias, dark splats. Like I said, we're not, this is already calibrated data. And wow. So it's 9 gig workspace. So let's just run it.
That's right. All right.
So this is new. We're actually seeing the status. And it's doing the cosmetic corrections on every, with the RGB luminance. But what is new and very exciting is going to happen down here. It's the interactive mode for the local normalization. And it's going to allow us to not go with just simple defaults, but to compare methods.
You have it back just a second. I wanted to show you some. This is the CPU, the core temperature.
Okay.
That's
So,
hot.
so Merrill's processor is going nuts right now, and his whole house might catch on fire.
I have 5 fans on it. They're at 100%.
But
Liquid cooling and fan cooling are different results wise.
but
No, but they're five air fans.
so on my, I got an M1 Macintosh. So this 13 was about 40 seconds. So he's got a really good machine here. It's going fast.
So latest and greatest. And it'll be outdated next week.
Does it have,
Right at the beginning of the pandemic. And then I'm wondering, did you jump right into writing the new one, or did you give yourself some time?
I actually jumped right into the new one in 2018. So it's one of those things like you never know if someone's going to buy your book or your art. So you have to have the next project to sustain you. You keep
Can someone mute Mylan?
Before Lakewood came out, that you had a long lead time, I'm assuming, between when you came out.
right.
Instead of just like taking a break, you just leaped into this one.
Yeah, especially with your first one, you never know.
Islands?
Mute.
There we go. All right, we're getting TV noise. It's gone now. Does anybody have any questions so far about what we're doing with the WBPP just to set up this data to create the integrated red, green, blue, and luminance?
What did it
Steve,
measure? It says
Yeah,
measure.
hold on. Let me tell you something. So participant,
Yeah.
Drag it over to the other screen,
yeah,
because that's just gonna be a black spot for everybody else. And
Oh, good.
the one up there with all the pictures,
you can drag it over.
drag it off to the other screen
That's good.
too, because they can't see that. There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
Now
See
they
that?
know.
Then you
Nice.
get to my iPads.
I had a question about installing this. So I just installed the latest version of PixInsight. It took forever. But then I saw there was another email that I have to do something to update WBPP. Is that right?
Well, once you downloaded the newer version, if you weren't on the newest version of the PixInsight general application, it should do all that automatically.
Okay, okay. So I just saw this other email about updating this specific module and I thought, well, maybe I have to do that from within PixInsight.
No, but you might have an older version, right, Michael? Were you about ready to say something?
On my, I do have the latest version, but when you start it up, on the bottom right section, you get like a pop-up message,
Yes.
and it's not about updates.
Right, right. And I know I have a couple of updates to do, but I was just lucky to get what I got installed done. So
That's
I'll
how,
get to it.
that's how you get.
Or you can, at any time, you can go to resources, and you can just resources, updates, and check for updates, and it will be there as well.
Okay, thanks.
But then you have to close the program and then restart it to get it installed.
Right.
Right, right. Got it. But I don't have to delete the old version and install a new version, which is very painful.
It depends on what your account.
Yeah.
If you're not an administrator on your box, you may have to right-click on PixInsight and say run as administrator.
Yeah, I don't
because-
think that's not a problem for me here, but I know when you update PixInsight, you have to like uninstall the old version and install the new version. At
Right.
least I thought you did, but for the updates, you don't have to. Okay, thanks. I understand now.
Okay, yeah.
I had to
Okay,
uninstall
so-
They
the trial
used to
and
do
go
that.
We're in a step where it became interactive. So it used to be that it just did its thing. It chose this a frame based on its criteria. Now we've got choices. We can obviously Adam Block likes this PSF signal way. He's a high influencer in this particular script. So this is the default, but you can go to PSF SNR, some median number, how many number of stars. You can choose your criteria. But because we're we're not going to get into that right now. We're just going to select this frame, which looks really good.
Now, did the computer select that, or
Yeah, this is like the default if you're not going to mess with it.
so it goes through all your lights and it says this was, I think this is best.
Right. And not only that, you see these dark frames, I can look at all these individually. And then I can actually click the generate button. And what that will do is it will integrate these frames into a very, a very special reference frame. So, I mean, and it'll give you even better results if you want to spend the time to do that.
Integrate the highlighted,
Yeah, whatever you're, yeah.
not the ones down there.
Right, so some of these are probably bad frames, but like here is number 18, is that it? 61318. And if we go to like number of stars, it's completely different choices.
Oh, okay.
So this is the one they like, so we're just going to select it. We're just going to select on all of them. We could do this for red, green, blue luminance. We're just going to go with the defaults. Maybe, Meryl can help us in a future, class and just say, what should we look at here?
Well, I don't know. I just use defaults and I couldn't tell the difference between the selecting. What the selecting does, it slows you down.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Makes you think.
Yeah, see, we spent 2 minutes and 41 seconds on that.
Yeah, that's right. And right now, this is one of the, what is your processor doing now? 100%. So we're getting the fire extinguisher ready.
Well, yeah, the core temperature is 99, but the socket's only 54. So
Okay.
did you hear the fan?
I can hear them running. We already ripped through the
Program
blue.
called Hand brake. It's for video conversion.
Uh-huh.
Converts videos to like MP3, MP4, and it's all kinds of stuff. But if we-
Have you all tried
It'll
WBBP?
spike on
Do
your
we like it?
processors.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I got an i9 and it
Do you like it,
I
Devin?
love it. I love it, love it, love it.
Yeah,
You know,
about
like
2
a
years
video
ago, it was
conversion.
pretty much worthless, but they are really all
everything
over
just
it.
goes to the red and just, and guys use it as a evaluation.
The only thing I don't love is that I'd be sitting here until tomorrow morning waiting for this to process.
That's right.
My
Yeah.
laptop's pretty slow.
Yeah, you have a slower one. Yeah, so do I.
can't think of what it's called.
Well, I did all the calibration for this, the one, our homework, and it maybe took, I thought it was gonna take, all night, but it really only took like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was happy about that.
But it takes Merrill about 11 minutes on this machine.
Well, no, it was 8 minutes.
Okay.
When I
It
used
took 2 hours on hands.
we selected,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's what I did. I looked at the PixInsight.
And it's on the, it's doing the red.
You start, once you get above 32,000, the cost goes up exponentially.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the top
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
7,000 just.
So when that localized normalization screen popped up where you selected the individual frames, why did that pop up? I've never seen that happen.
It is a new feature. I'll show you.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you what to check because that
Okay.
came out of the blue. It's literally like a 2-month-old feature.
Which feature is that?
The
The local
interactive
normalization.
mode.
Oh, yeah. Local normalizations. I think you said that Adam is real high on.
Yes.
I said I did the normalized scale gradient comparison to, my eyes can't see. the
I can't
difference.
either. Yeah,
But I'm a lot
no.
older than you.
Did you click the drizzle also?
No.
I couldn't
You,
tell
you
that.
should not drizzle this data. There's just too much. You only want to drizzle if you're understanding.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely not understandable.
No, this is
Understand. What is it?
darker. basically.
Well, but it's, if you look at the stars, you can see the pixels. If they're not good round stars,
Oh, okay.
that's the right sampling. Undersampling, they're just kind of the blocks.
Yeah. So you have too sharp exposure.
And what, no, it just doesn't have enough time
The
seeing
focal length or something.
everything. I mean, it's the whole combinations of things. But what the drizzle does, it moves it. I mean, it actually kind of smooths it all out. It makes the image huge though.
So if you do apply drizzle on this quality of data like we have in this sample data set, is it going to make it worse or is it just takes more time?
It can blow it out. It can make it a lot worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know the files will be huge, and these are big files.
Yeah, so maybe that was my mistake because I did do drizzle and the are big, but with this new desktop, I have plenty of space.
Yeah. But this data here does not need it.
So
Okay.
My experience is I've used drizzle data before, but it's always made my images worse. It looks like
Right.
not any better. Yeah.
It
Well,
depends.
on your
I'm
rig,
just doing something wrong.
on your rig, it should be a little bit better because you have your camera, and you're using a lot of wider field.
I
It
would
should be
say, I would say
improving.
you're right. I mean,
It should be. So I'm kind of surprised by that. Maybe you need to bring. We have the question and answer before we begin the meeting. Maybe we bring that up. Let's look at
or
it.
maybe give us some data that we can play with next time or something.
But I did want to show you
Yeah.
this light tabs, Devin. You can check interactive mode right here under local normalization.
Oh, okay.
That's what's going to pause everything and let you
Great.
down. And
Okay.
I think Anna, with her big, did she have a 12-inch plane wave?
20.
So she probably has to deal with this linear defect correction on your machine. I would
Why,
assume.
why would that? I mean,
I don't even, what is that? I don't even know what that is.
You and I were talking about that. You're able to do some column corrections.
Oh, yeah. So I have a couple of bad columns and I can
Yes.
program that in. Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
cosmetic correction does that too.
yeah, cosmetic correction
Yeah.
can. You get these rows and columns
Okay.
on cosmetic correction. Apparently that's
So where's
It's
this?
column.
Where's this data, Meryl?
okay. The data. Okay, what the data is? I mean,
Right there?
here's the well. Go up to here,
We created a.
and it's the September 14th meeting. There you are.
Okay, master.
Yeah, I think when I did that, it created 4 more files. Oh, maybe, okay.
Well, you have
Okay,
the
okay,
rejection
that's
files,
That's
so
right.
high and low
Okay.
rejection. You gotta go, okay, are you clear? Hey, take your, hey, take these.
I know.
So here's some corrections. Get rid of some satellites.
What's next meeting?
What is this?
We'll have to stretch them first to see.
What is that? What color is this? Wow. Long names.
Oh, look over on the side panel. It usually shows up. Look across there at luminance.
Okay, okay, good. That's luminance. Yeah, they're all getting pie here. There's the green. Blue. Here we go. Let's go look at this. So did your data look similar to this when you did everybody do this homework?
It did.
I don't think I was ever given access to that network that we talked about last time.
Uh-oh, well, we're gonna have to work on that one.
The individual colors, they did look similar. And then when I combined red, green, and blue, I've seen what Alan posted and what Ann posted. And I was hoping I would get something similar. And it's kind of ugly.
Yeah, mine was too. Did you do any noise reduction before you brought them together?
No.
I did. I find that if I do noise reduction and I bring them together, that the color gets a little wackier. So
I did local normalization.
did you do it to individually to each channel, or did you wait and combine them?
Individually to each channel. And then I did dynamic background extraction, did dynamic crop after star alignment. They're all lined up nicely and looked good individually.
Uh-huh.
I combined the RGB. It's kind of, I mean, the background has a lot of reddish tint to it.
Oh, I had that too at first. So I didn't do any noise reduction on the RGBs. I just combined them and it was horribly red. So then I did background extraction and that took care of most of it. And then photometric color calibration takes care of the rest.
Okay, so maybe I just didn't go as far as you did because I kind of got discouraged and I'm like,
I was too. I saw this horrible red image and then I was like, oh my goodness. But the background extract or DBE, dynamic background extraction, do it two different division and subtraction, and that took care of most of it.
Michael, did it look something like this?
kind of.
So if you unlink, can you see where my mouse is?
Yep.
If you can unlink these channels and re-nuke it, you'll see your color is a lot more balanced.
So that's what mine looks like.
Yeah.
That's to be expected.
Mhm. So
Okay.
this tool here has nothing to do. It just lets you look at the data before you really do anything with it. It stretches it. It's not a permanent tool. It never will be. It's just designed to just look at data. If you link it, the color goes nuts. And
Okay.
if you unlink it, you're going to have more balance.
So all this gradients, all this red, green, so that is normal when you first combine them?
Right.
Yes.
It's going nuts. Now, Merrill turned me on a new process I didn't know about that I really fell in love with. And would you do it now? Would you get rid of the green now or later? Or would you do it?
I would do what I would do right now is DBE.
You would do
No,
that?
no. Well, yeah,
Would you
I would
first
do the photometric color.
Did you download that data?
What data?
The photometric data?
No.
Okay, so you have to do that online?
Well, yeah, but it's,
Okay.
I have
Oh, yeah, it's fast.
fiber.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Now, I've had trouble getting it to work though.
You know where you download your actual software in PixInsight website? There's this really great feature. Adam Block highly recommends everybody does this. The exact same place where your executable file is, there is a bunch of data that you can use for photo for a bunch of processes where you don't have to get on the internet. It's on your computer, and I used to get a lot of glitches and errors when it went out and to servers, but now I downloaded, I don't know how many gigabytes worth of data it was. Those problems are gone.
I did not know that. That's great.
So we're going to do this photometric. Okay, right. Look at all this. So that WBPP basically did everything here for us above photometric.
A lot of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you're at the France server,
Okay.
and you can drag it if you want to over there to try it.
Do you do the region of interest?
No,
Okay. Well, I like to do this. I like to grab a.
everybody has their own
Yeah,
way.
yeah, this might not be right, but I like to look like a section of the background that doesn't have a lot of stars in it. And see how it created a preview. All I did is I grabbed the preview tool. Where is it up here?
Over for you.
Like
There it
right
is.
there, right there, and I drew a rectangle.
Okay, educate me on.
Okay, and then you can go down here. Let me download. Let's look at these. And you can choose region of interest, and then you can get from preview and choose the preview. And
Okay.
that helps you, it balances out color a little bit better in the backgrounds.
Okay,
And
So the region would be something without a star in it, just the background.
yes, you want the background only, yeah. And then here is, well, I'm going to try acquiring the focal length from his data.
should be able to.
And
It says,
I can tell you right now, that's not right. Because
It worked for me.
1,000 did?
Yeah, just whatever came out of the header file worked fine.
I looked at the FITS header and that's right.
Okay, it is.
That's what the FITS header.
It's about 3,000. But let's see what happens. This is what we,
How do you know it's 3,000?
because when I did 1,000, it didn't work, and I started kicking it up, and then it worked.
Huh. But the FITS header says that's where it got the information. So I went,
Okay.
it failed for me, and so I looked at the FITS header and
For me, it was like 3,000 something.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
huh,
So I think the header might be wrong. Let's see what happens. If we get an error, we'll know what's going on.
it'll fail.
Sometimes it can do it.
It'll
if
fail.
it's-
It's not going.
Well, it's running, Steve. You mentioned you download a huge database. Is it for photometric color correction?
Let me show. Can you log into PixInsight, your regular site on the?
I'm sure. It's just,
It would be
Yeah.
like a web browser. I want everybody to see this because it's really helped me a lot. I just can't tell you.
I think
It
you log
took a-
in, you could probably be there, you just go PixInsight.
yeah.
No, it's right where you get your license. You have to have a license to get it. So you do have to log in.
No, you don't
Type-
need to crawl a database.
Type in.
No, you can just do
type in
PixInsight.
Pix.
I just go to the data download page.
Now you did. Now you
Just
did.
click on everybody's.
But you can get to that page without, because you can do the trial license.
Okay, well,
You can just go PixInsight.com. and-
Well, everybody already has their license, so
yeah, go ahead and just do PixInsight.com.
yeah.
Yeah, PixInsight, whatever.
Adam Block says you really need to do this, and I agree with him.
It just saves you the grief.
It saves you a lot of
Just go
failing.
to your downloads.
And then maybe he has his.
Downloads, you say?
And what is this again?
This is the database.
Just go
It's probably the
downloads.
photo, I mean, like a
Software distribution.
database like you would do
Oh, there
the
he is.
plate solving. Yeah, it fills, I mean, I got LastPass it. So,
I'm trying
No,
to-
so it doesn't have to go online to do the plate solving.
There we go.
well,
Yeah.
what
All right.
it does is plate solving, but it
So,
has the database that's.
Here they are right here.
Already on
On your
computer.
computer. Okay.
When you log in, this is where you normally log in to get your updates and to download the original file, and whenever there's a major update. So right above it, they have these databases right here. And I warned you, you gotta have a lot of hard drive space. But if you download these, it's not gonna go to France's servers. It's going to solve all your problems.
I mean, do you download all of those?
You download those, and then with PixInsight, you just go link to them.
Cool. Bunch of
What are those databases for?
These are the entire sky. So the APAS, these two APASs are for photometric color. So these are color accurate. And these GAIAs are just every freaking star on the planet, and you get to even choose magnitude ranges. You know, I think up to like 30. It's outrageous the amount of data.
Isn't that what the question here, photometric parameters,
Right.
the catalogs?
Mhm.
And this is APAS.
Yeah, so that's helping you with the color correction.
I know, but isn't that what we just? had?
Yeah, so rather than go out to a server, if you could download those and link them to
Okay.
your software, it's first of all, the process is really quick. So you would click automatic catalog, and it knows when you go grab that data,
Okay.
it'll be there, and one of the processes
Did it fail?
grabs it. It looks like it might have worked. Let's
No,
go back
well,
here.
yeah, it might be, because look at the color of the galaxy, it looks good.
Yeah, we wouldn't have got. Let's look at the.
Yeah, it didn't, the process.
So it worked.
So
So
I see what's.
Oh, what did it say?
It didn't, I think it may have said it didn't. Failure, plate solve, okay. So it didn't work.
yeah,
Yeah.
I run into this, and that you really have to have the right. You have two critical features
You
here.
run it again and put 3,000 in it.
Well, or what I do when I run into that, I'm impatient enough, auto color script.
Oh, what is this? See, look how we learn on the fly.
That just makes life easy.
Okay,
It's a different, I can link it, I can put it on the Slack channel. And then you do your background neutralization. Where is it?
Yeah, Meryl turned me on to that auto color script, which, so when it fails, you just run the script. It's the same thing. And the script never fails. So thank you, Meryl.
Never fails, no.
Mhm.
Well, why, I may not use it because okay, let's just go to processes.
And from what I understood, the auto color takes the place of background neutralization.
It didn't,
Do we need to unlink? that?
oh, yeah, well, I'm ready to do this.
There.
Okay.
That looks pretty good right there.
Do you execute linear fit before you combine channels?
No. Some people do. I mean, I think that the way I understand linear fit is to have basically the same brightness in all this.
Right.
Mhm.
I never have. Yeah, some people make, like, I think Adam calls it a super loom.
Yeah,
He'll take the RGB data that we did last time, but he'll do some linear fitting, so it all the same brightness. And
right.
some people actually take HA, make a loom out of it, and combine all three of them.
Yeah.
And that's a super loom.
Yeah, and just
Okay.
use that instead of instead of the luminous channel here, what Adam Block would probably do is take some of the RGB data and add it to it.
Yeah, he'll extract the luminance out of the RGB.
Mhm.
But yeah, but it's a good question.
Yeah, and that's the way I did mine, whether it's right or not, probably not. But yeah, it was a linear fit and used the histogram transformation to look at the curves.
So, okay, so let's clean up.
Another question.
Go ahead.
Noise, whatever mechanism you use for noise reduction, do you apply it after channel combination or before?
Well, I've been doing a lot of experimenting. I'm going to let Meryl answer this as well. I do not mess with your noise, in my opinion, until very late in the process. And I see so many YouTube videos out there that say, go after the noise quick. Well, I went after the noise quick on a lot of my data, and the color is wacky when I do that, because we're seeing 8 bits, but these cameras are taking 12, 16 bits as well. So you're not really seeing what you're doing to your data when you're messing with your data. So I mean, so a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but on this particular file here, I said, okay, I'm going to get rid of all this noise using Noise X, which is an incredible
Yes,
tool.
highly recommended.
And I got rid of, basically gets rid of all the noise.
Well, in fact, this, Adam did this exact Galaxy a couple, 3 years ago, and he went through all kind of rigmaroles, masks and everything to get rid of the noise.
Yeah, you just
Now
don't.
you just click Noise X.
You just write up on-
But what I would do at this stage,
Mhm.
and you asked about noise.
Let's get rid of all the mono channels and just have the RGB.
What
and-
is it? Okay, fine.
Yeah,
This one here.
yeah, what is that? Yeah, we want the luminance still up.
Well, we can always bring it back. Yeah. Okay, so what I would do on this, I frequently get rid of the noise before here.
Mhm.
This is, so to answer your question, Michael, this is where I would do it at most of the time. After we've gone through all the process up to this point, do a noise reduction. And if it doesn't look good, don't do it, and then do it afterwards.
And try it both ways. But I mean, you're okay doing it on your luminance channel, I think. But the RGB, I just did not like what it did.
So we're at DVD right now.
Okay, let's just do it. Shall we do the DVD the luminance or this one?
Let's do this one.
Okay, good.
Yeah, this will be more dramatic.
So this is where I really should get Alan in, but I'm gonna muddle my way through. If you looked at Alan's data on the Slack channel, he had everything almost perfect. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, so did Ann.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you did a really good job too, because I was struggling with where are my processes?
Yeah.
Oh, you have everything over here. Nice. Okay.
And so the one thing that Adam would say is your tolerance at 2, your shadows relaxation at 6, and your smoothing factor at 0.6.
Right.
Those are standards for him.
Right.
And then you do your sample. Well, the way I do it now is just take some samples of the different colors.
I just start clicking around. Should we just do that?
Yeah.
First of all, I'd like to see what size we are.
I think I put it at 35 or 30.
30,
Okay.
that's pretty big. Okay, good.
And so
So I'm gonna do that.
that's my standard one. These are always here,
Yeah.
and that's my standard.
And if it's green, it's probably gonna, this thing turns weird colors if it's not gonna work. So what, and look this area here when you're clicking. I mean, look, you kind of look here, but if I see any stars in this area right here, I move it. I'm gonna accidentally do it right here. See that is a no-no. When you're doing dynamic, you want no star. You don't want any of that dark. And Alan, correct me if I'm doing things wrong here.
Right, yeah, I went through that visible dark process.
With the big squares.
Right, and it filled the screen with the squares, and I just moved stuff around so there weren't any stars in it, or in this case, you move them to where there weren't any stars in it, using the smaller boxes.
I think that's in a younger day, that kind of worked. Now, but what Adam will teach you is that do what Steve is doing, and then you look at the background and see if the background doesn't match what you're seeing, you're trying to get rid of.
Okay, so we'll do that.
So we'll just
So I'm just clicking around. You really don't need a lot, according to the experts. You just kind of,
sure. You want to get a good sampling of all the colors.
you do want, you see how you see the vignette going on here. You do want to kind of move up and down it.
I get the corner too.
Yeah.
So DDE is immediately after we combine the channels, right? It's the process that you run.
Well, I
Color
think,
calibration first.
yeah.
Right.
And Merrill might argue you might want to deal with the noise too.
Well, I tried both ways.
Mhm.
The thing I don't want to do is to amplify the noise in any of the processes.
Which
So if I get-
DDE might do.
Might do.
Yeah.
But you're gonna make a process.
Now,
like
Alan,
that.
what would you do around this area?
It won't make any difference.
I tried it, you want some stuff in the area,
It didn't like it,
and
won't
it
make any
didn't like
difference.
it, and I think it actually turned the squares red because it didn't like it either.
Okay.
Well, it depends on how your tolerance is.
Yeah. Now, if your
The more
squares,
the more tolerant
if
you
any of
are.
these were red, you can kick that up to like 5.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've seen Adam Block do.
Oh, yeah.
And
I think if you put a square in the area where it's real bright, it'll.
But it won't, it still won't get rid of it. So,
Right, right,
so the
yeah,
best thing
right.
to do is to crop it just a little bit, but that's the way I would do it. Because it's really kind of focusing on the galaxy.
yeah, and notice how I'm not getting really close to the galaxy, because there's some data there that you want it to stay. And I mean, what do you guys think? Is that good enough to try?
Maybe one over against the side there. Yeah,
Like over here?
yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And so
I'm bad at this process, so I'm
There you go.
relying on
No,
other
that's-
people.
I think you got enough to get a start.
Okay.
So let's just generate the,
Now-
make sure, take a look at the target correction.
Now we want to keep this up because we can do the same thing to the luminance
Yes, exactly.
and not have to put these points back.
But take a look.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah,
So
we
you want,
need
you
to-
want division, which is
Yeah,
flat field errors.
which is really cool. Merrill has he provides these on the Slack channel. The default of this is nothing, so I kind of like having that division there when you double clicked on it.
Well, all those settings were, in fact, all these have my standard settings.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Based on my experience. But Adam will say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, it'll be division. Subtraction is for light pollution. And division is for flat fielding errors.
Oh, yeah, that over here, good.
Nothing done, I've been doing both,
You can do both.
division and
Yeah.
subtraction.
Yeah, if it doesn't look right, do it.
Yeah.
There's no,
And
No, yeah, look at that.
Merrill was saying something about
Go-
looking at this. Okay.
go to image. Transfer functions down below.
Yes.
24-bit. There. See how it's smoothed out?
Did you see that, Michael and Devin? This lets you get the default is under this image screen transfer function. The default was like, I think 8 or 12-bit. If you move it to 24-bit, you see, I'm gonna go do.
Oh, see, that's what you just did.
Good. I'm going to go. I'm going to go back to the 24-bit, and it shows you a smoother vignette.
And so what you do is say, does that look like the color you want to remove from your image in the proportions and the areas? And if it is, then you're good to go.
Mhm. And it's kind of, that's pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, you got the purple and the greens, different greens.
Yeah.
So make it so.
So, what did you click so that you can see this image 13 underscore background?
Okay. Oh, that was a simple drag of this process.
Well, right here, it says disregard. I mean, on the correction, it says disregard background. Don't check that.
Oh, don't check that. Okay, understood.
So what I did, I just drug it on here, and these two screens popped up. This was the result.
Right. I've just never seen the background image, I think, because mine is checked disregard background model.
But Adam will say that's the critical factor right there. Are you removing what you want to remove? And you can tell by looking at the background.
Yeah, this is the colors that are whacking out the image.
Exactly. And look at the result. That looks great.
Yeah, that does.
A little bit of green, but you know how to take care of the green.
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
You do now.
Hey, Steve, when you do this dynamic background extraction, do you ever use that auto generate? It like sets all your squares for you.
Just don't do it anymore.
Back in the days, amateurs used to do
Just
that.
start clicking.
I've been doing
Okay.
I did it in the beginning because that's what's.
Well, I'm still an amateur, and that's what I was using. So
See what he did?
The problem, it was pretty quick. It's a lot quicker if you're not, the problem is if any of those things drop on a star and it messes up the whole, it
Yeah.
makes it less
see,
effective.
I was using the auto generate, and then I'd go through like each of those squares and check them and just kind of move them off of the stars.
That will work.
It just made it easier.
It does, but I think if you just start clicking around, and you could probably do like 10 less than what I did and be almost as well. So Adam Black kind of ridicules he calls it the people who take a sledgehammer to it. And, he says you really only need a few points. You don't have to get nuts.
So can you guys see the slight green tint to this?
Yes.
even in that image.
On the DBE image?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what I didn't know, and this is exciting. This is why you want a Merrill Miller around.
No, just experience. First of all, we've got to capture this one
Good.
for
Yeah.
the luminance.
Yeah.
Get rid of this. And we can get rid of the back, now the background is
Yeah,
good.
we feel
We don't
pretty
need
good
this
about that.
anymore. Okay, so SCNR,
Yeah.
this, you can choose a color to get rid of.
Did you see that? It was really dramatic, and I don't know if it comes across.
But now you got a fairly neutral background.
All that green, most pixels are RGB, so there's always a little extra green in it,
But I don't think there's much green in space.
and there's not. Yeah, so
There's reds and blues and.
so I had an image that Merrill told me about, and I was really struggling with curves trying to get the green out, and I drug this after Merrill told me about it. I drug it over, and
Easy
the green
peasy.
problem is solved. And so now we have a very neutral, good color. So now what do we do?
What
would you
I
do?
would do is, well, first of all.
Do you want to get the luminance
let's
going?
let's get the noise out now.
Okay,
We talked about the noise. This is a good one.
all right. Now's a good time to get noise out. I agree.
It's where do you look?
I want noise action. Do you have
Mhm.
that? Nice.
I tried different levels on the from 0.1 to 0.9 or point. It does make a difference.
It does.
If you really want to lower, then why would you want to keep noise in it?
Right. Yeah. Some people want a little bit in. A little noise makes it look a little
It
sharper.
looks a little.
But
bit
I
more-
really like the defaults.
Yeah.
Now this is still a linear image. If I was to drag this right now, you'd see a weird checkerboard pattern.
Well, it would tell you it's
Yeah.
linear.
So I'm going to let it know it's linear. Then I'm going to drag this. Let's go into 100%. And look at this area right here. And this is well spent money right here.
Well, Alan's the one that got, if you buy Noise X and Star X, the average is $45 or $40.
Yeah.
It's just excellent software. I took off my shoes.
And does anybody see any noise in this image?
No.
Wow.
It is incredible. Now, I mean, poor Adam Black is using all these
DVG
processes that come with it. And, this does a little bit, that does a little bit, that does a little bit. He might spend hours on it. And this is just unbelievable. It's only like a year old too. It's brand new.
It also feels like cheating.
It is.
I want to cheat.
It's okay. It's okay.
But every opportunity I have to cheat, I jump at.
Wow.
Yeah. So and did you have the star? Where's your star extractor?
Right. Sorry here.
I do want to. I ran into a problem with this on this data, so I wanted to call it to everybody's attention. I extracted this data.
You want to?
I want the
get
newest
Star
AI.
Max suit?
I want the newest AI. Okay, I think you're already on it. So he has. Is that version 10?
As it says. 11 looks like 11. Oh, that's light. 10.
Okay.
There it is.
There we go.
That's new because that
Yeah.
got loaded just today.
So I
You want to generate the mask?
do want to generate a star image. Yeah. So I'm gonna just drag this and show you that this new version is not necessarily the way to go.
Huh. You mean the newest number 11?
Right. I
I have not used that because it was just literally downloaded today.
Okay.
So
Right.
what does it do, Steve?
This is StarNet plus only better, I think.
Yes.
But this
What are we
will
trying?
automatically download it when you.
Maybe it's doing the
I don't know.
process.
What are we trying? What are we trying to
Do you think
accomplish?
do you think it?
We opened that. We got to close that one out. Close that one.
Is it still working?
Yeah, it's doing something.
Okay. Wow. This is Merrill's supercomputer.
Well, you see, it's going.
Yeah.
It's up 40%. That's pretty CPU intensive. And we can see how hot the CPU has been.
How do I get Noise X? Do I download it from someplace?
rc-astro.com, I think, has Noise X and this Star X and a couple other little tools that are pretty good.
I think Noise X is $60. And if you buy, then the Star X is like
I just put the link in the chat there.
$35 or something. It's a heck of a deal.
I thought this would be a faster process. Sorry, buddy.
That's okay. The only, yeah, you-
Does anyone know how to hum the girl from Ipanema? Dun, 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 dun,
You
dun,
leave us.
dun,
He's
dun.
fine.
I'll have them
If
all
it
day.
worked immediately, you think we need your money. It's probably just a
We're at
time machine.
84%. But what I've been doing when I have a bright star field, like I'm shooting near the Milky Way and there's just a ton of stars and they're really dominant, I extract, you hear the stars right here. So you see, there's some stars it didn't get.
Yep.
See these?
Even Star, I mean, the StarNet never got
And
100%.
what I want to share with everybody today is if you go to this AI here
Couple of them.
and choose 6, these stars are going to be gone. And we're not going to spend the time to do it right now.
A couple of those look like galaxies.
So
No, they're really,
they're probably real bright stars.
yeah.
So 6 is better than the 11.
Well, it just depends. I bet for, this data is really, there's a lot of, it's highly sampled
Wow.
and there's
Never-
a
never-
large focal length. So on this data, it just didn't do as well as on mine. I do a lot of wide field, some 600 and some 400 focal lengths. The 11 works great.
And what's the value that you talk about? 6?
What is the?
I'm gonna, you got, so the programmers, they don't just upgrade and leave you in the lurch. You can go back and choose what they did way back when they first started the software. They call it 6. So you get to choose your algorithms that do that. And this is true not only for this star exterminator, but it does it
There's
as
only
well.
one on that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so they're gonna prove that. But a lot of times I like to take both of these into Photoshop and just put this on top of the galaxy and do a levels control, and you don't have to shrink the stars, you just reduce the level and it does a great job doing that really
Okay,
quickly.
Say that again now.
So
What do you?
so I open this in Photoshop and I put this on.
Make it a TIFF.
Yeah, they can just make them both TIFFs.
Yeah.
And I just drop that on top and merge, do a merge,
Yeah.
whatever tool it is. And then I take the levels control and it just darkens everything here and shrink. When you darken it, you shrink it. So it's like a really quick star shrinker.
As opposed to the new star reduction method.
Right.
You can close that.
Okay. So let's get back. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
No,
It's an
that's
exciting
good.
new feature here.
You should.
Let's go ahead. We're not going to do anything with these galaxy separately. are we? Or did
No, but
did
you've got to recombine them.
Oh, I'm not. I was going to go back to the regular. I just want to show that.
No.
Okay, so now here we are. This has been
No, we haven't.
calibrated.
Yeah,
DBE.
but you, no.
And
You
you-
threw away the DVD.
Oh, I did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, well, good thing.
Well, go see if you can get it back from history. Go back
Okay, well, I got it right here, too.
Left hand side
Yeah.
and choose the image 13. And can you go back up to background?
That's how that works. Okay, you have to.
Go up one.
You
more,
did that? Oh, it's
right.
here.
Color calibration. Do that.
Really?
Yeah. Double click. No. Sorry. I'm sorry. In the when you screw up, that's what this.
Well, we
is.
can drag this process in there.
We
too.
can, but
Yeah.
let's just have a teaching moment here.
Awesome.
This view is being used by, an active, yeah, you open this up here. Gotcha. Okay, go back in history. It should be able to take us back to color calibration and background neutralization. No, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Well, just do it again.
We'll just drag the process over.
Let's see. All right, now drag it over. Good thing we kept the process. Now we don't need to look at the background.
That's right. Stretch this bit.
There you go.
And there we have it.
And the grain now, SCNR.
Okay. We're done with that, right?
Yep.
We're taking the green out again. SCNR, and wow, that is really dramatic.
And now we're back to doing the noise reduction.
Noise.
Up. There you go.
It's a linear image
Yeah.
still.
Try that in Photoshop. Sounds kind of cool. So then from then on out, do you keep it in TIFF or do you convert it back to the SFI?
Yeah,
XISF?
once I get those two images where I like them in PixInsight, they're tips.
TIFFs, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so we have our RGB. We could put some saturation there, I suppose. But what Adam, I mean, I made, hand me that piece of paper, would you please? I went through about 5 hours, 6 hours worth of these videos on this thing. And these are just kind of notes I did. And he uses HDRMT, I mean, and all kinds of things that I had no idea. HDRMT, you ever use that? Did you know? Well, I have.
I have.
But you don't want to do it on the whole image. You want to just do the preview of the whatever the object. And then the new substitution script that came out, he uses that and then plugs it in.
Oh, really?
He makes 3 of it. When we do the luminous, we'll
Okay.
play with that.
So, okay. Oh, what happened here?
Do you usually,
Is it behind it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
Okay, there you are. That's the noise. Is that the noise? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'd like to put contrast in it, or maybe the luminous will do that. So we get I think we should probably get the luminous. This is looking
Yeah, the
good.
luminous is good. I would say that would be something I'd save into the folder there.
so have y'all found that so we haven't cropped the image
No.
any, you found that the little bars on the side do anything when you're doing the calibrations, happen the little edges?
I
Does
don't,
that
I don't know what
affect
you want to put it here.
Yeah. where's that?
Oh, okay, yeah, you're no, that's the wrong one. That's go up a couple levels. Right there, and then you go to the meeting, yeah, and your masters.
So this is DVE, noise X.
When what would you get to?
Yeah, then it was just, where are we? Where are they?
Going to put in the master folder.
Masters, yeah.
Now, Alan had a question. No, say it again.
Okay, so you see the little black line across some of these,
Yeah,
that if that stays there, does that affect the image?
probably. I would crop it. I mean, that's just what I would do. But I would do it I'd do it a little further downstream. But we probably want to get rid of the blue, that blue star that's overhanging. That part. Just go, make it.
Yeah, this is what you're talking about, Alan.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where the frames didn't line up exactly right.
Mhm. Okay.
But I would you zoom that out so you can see the whole image. And see, I would crop it. I mean, because the center of focus is not the star field, it's the galaxy.
Mhm.
So I would crop. I wouldn't do it now.
Okay, yeah, like dynamic crop.
Yeah, but you got to do the exact same thing on the luminance, or it won't never.
Okay, so let's open up the luminance data.
Yeah, that's the next step. And you save that.
Yeah, and I did.
Good.
They had a lot of satellite issues.
I think you said some of those were in the local normalization.
Yes, right. On what a frame it was. Yeah. All right, wow. So what I would do first is probably a DBE, wouldn't you? Or what do you like to do with the luminance?
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
Yeah, and I've got this instance right here. That I can drag. Oops. Oh, I gotta delete it here. Where's the delete button?
I think if it's green, we can just hit delete on the keyboard.
I mean,
Okay,
somebody
thank you.
at the front door or the ring.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'll just redrag the process.
Yes. That's unfortunately, that does happen. There you go.
All right. Let's see if this did a good job. Wow, it did.
Yeah, that's very nice.
So did you see how the vignetting's gone? Just a lot more even.
You're using vignetting. I think you mean gradients.
Now, in advertising technology, vignetting is gradients.
Oh,
So
I think of it, I think vignetting is the corners that are not, that are round.
Yeah.
That's how I think. About
Yeah.
it. You're
They're pretty
the
much,
expert.
they're interchangeable in our terminology.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Hey, wow, that was good. Okay, so anything you want, I would like to add a little contrast to that. What would you do to that?
Well, we got to deconvolve it.
Yeah, okay, good.
You want it,
So this is kind of one of the more complicated steps.
we spent a fair amount of time on it last time. One of the students ought to be doing that. Right, Ann? Is she there?
No, I'm here. Sorry, I wasn't at the last meeting and I haven't had a chance to watch the video, but I was able to download the video. Took a while. I just haven't watched it yet.
So in the deconvolution, Merrill showed us a script.
No, I didn't. Canwar, like,
Canwar did? Okay.
he like, I can never. I like more control. And I worry about the masks that are created by that script.
This is just the PSF. It's not. Really,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So this is this.
I thought you meant the easy.
One of the step we need two, maybe three things with deconvolution. We need that a PSF, and I'm about ready to show you what that is.
Yep.
We need a star mask. And if you have the option of putting a mask.
You want the whole luminance mask too.
Yeah.
Luminance mask, and then the star mask is the local support.
So I just open the script. Let's do it again. And it's one of it's not one of the ones that comes with PixInsight. It's that German guy. I forget his name.
Yeah, but it's under utilities.
Yeah. So it's called PSF image.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just hit the evaluate button.
But Adam would say you don't want the whole image, remember? Because
It's better to do the center of the image.
because the stars are more representative in the center,
Mhm.
even though that's a really good looking PSF.
Yes.
I mean, it's a very flat field.
And once you have the event, you can hit create.
So deconvolution is the next step.
Yeah, but we need a few things to do for deconvolution before you can run the process. So we're going to do two. We're going to do at least two things. Maybe Merrill show me the third.
Well, we did the three things. We created the luminance mask,
Mhm.
then we did the star mask, and then we
Okay.
did the PSF.
Well, what I've seen on YouTube clips that you can actually put another. You know how you can put another mask here. I'll explain that. Let's see. I'm just going to hit create,
Yeah.
and it just created this right here.
But yeah, you don't want the deconvolution to be working on the background.
Right.
That's why you do the luminance mask.
And that looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah,
On luminance and that RGB combined.
no, just luminance,
Right.
because your
Okay.
details is in the luminance.
Well, that's 100%. So that's a small.
But just you can still zoom it
Yeah, I'm
with the wheel.
on
With the
mine.
wheel.
Okay, good.
And what have you got? I don't know what you got there. You got next to that. Keep going left, 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 left. Oh, there you
Where?
I think that's the one you wanted. That's the readout mode.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have to stretch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that looks pretty good.
That looks like a good PSF.
Okay, so
Nice,
this,
nice and round.
this is on the desktop, ready for us to use for deconvolution. Now let's create a star mask.
Well, what I would do is clean up.
Yeah.
I mean, I get confused really easy, so.
Go back to here. And just drag to create a clone, right?
Yep.
So I'm just dragging it and just putting it somewhere else. And then I'm going to choose a process called star mask.
Okay.
Is this what you'd like to use?
Are you creating the star mask? or-
Yes.
Yeah,
This is what I do. And
Okay, yeah,
I'm about to learn.
No, you're good. You're doing
Okay.
good. I just would, you didn't need to create the clone to create the star. mask.
Okay, good. Okay, so you do aggregate and binarize.
Binarize. Everybody know what binarize is? That to me was a real learn. It's
Sounds like to make binary.
Right.
it's
It simplifies the mask.
Yeah.
So there's not, it gets rid of some of the complex structures, but
Well,
it still
it's either
keeps it
black or
smooth.
white.
Yeah,
it's either black or white. No, you still got to convolve
yeah.
too. So okay, so
So,
what you
so you're right. I didn't need to do that. We did
it's
the
okay.
regular-
It's okay.
we do the
Doesn't
regular
matter.
data.
Doesn't matter. It's the same. It's the same.
And what do you think of these
well,
settings?
those are growth. You wanted to cover the stars. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Cover all the data, if you will. So
So
just look at it and see.
let's go look. I'm just gonna drag this process to the luminance data.
And stretch it.
And it looks
So the
pretty
question
good.
is, does that cover all of the? See, it doesn't. The star mask won't get the galaxy, of course.
Right.
So you need to have both.
Some people would argue they want more. I'm pretty happy
More
with
what?
it. More
Well,
dots.
Just put it on top of it and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I ended up changing mine to 7 for the scale instead of 5. After looking at that.
Scale of the old up top.
This, yeah, that
Yeah.
scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do what Alan said.
See what it
See,
is.
remember how many dots there are here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And we're gonna get the.
Give it a try.
scale up.
No,
Or
no,
the scale.
up.
In the next.
Right here. Yeah. Those,
I'll go
seven,
back.
seven, that's the large pixel growth.
Gotcha.
You don't want to do that. So you do 7. Gotcha. There you go. But again, the objective is to be sure to cover the stars.
Yeah, I see a little bit more.
I think there's 3 more.
Just few. Let's stretch this a bit, look at it. And there's some tricks you can do to this. You can it's to cover more.
But
Forget the name of that process. It's morphological transformation.
Go here, take a right, all the way to them. You see it.
Okay, I'm choosing morphological transformation, and I'm choosing dilation.
Dilation, yeah, you make it bigger.
And if you look here, I want, we're talking about stars, I'm choosing a round object. And then watch what happens. See how it expanded those? That'll give us a little bit better mask when we do that.
A little bit bigger. You may want to smooth it with the convolution.
Okay. So the opposite of deconvolution is convolution.
All right.
So
Somewhere. Convolution.
what this will do is going to actually blur the edges of this mask. These defaults usually work for me. Just whatever's there. And I'm going to do
Yeah.
back and forth. You see that? Might be subtle.
You could do the preview. The real-time preview too.
Yeah.
You want to see the difference in it. But you can see it expands a little bit and smooths it.
Right, so we got the tools we need.
We got one of the masks. You need to have your, now create your luminance mask. You can
Okay.
create it from that right there.
Okay, do you want to, do we make a clone?
No, that is the clone, isn't it?
No, I think I killed the clone.
I thought you created a clone. Okay.
Yeah, so,
Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
that has clone there. Okay, so
It's probably.
how do you make this mess? Now I'm gonna have to learn here.
Well, what you want to do is binarize it and convolve it. It's kind of almost the same type of steps.
Okay. Is that, oh, is binarized over here?
Yes. Right there. But
Just drag it in.
no, what I do is do the real-time preview.
Okay. So I'm clicking that hollow circle to do
yep.
the real-time
Yep.
preview.
Now adjust your sliders.
Stretch it, or should I stretch it?
Well, I don't think it matters.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, good.
They're sliders now. You see there, right, slider. There. No,
Gotcha.
got there. So you find the place where it gets it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's not.
Go to the right, you think?
No, you want to see the galaxy because you're trying to cover the galaxy now.
Yeah. Okay.
It
It just jumps. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah. You may have to do the little the arrows or something, or maybe that's 0.01, make it 0.005 or something. There you go. And then hit execute.
Hit this again or drag.
Execute. Swear. That's obviously, you're going unstretch it. See if that may.
Let's see, then stretch. There it is.
Next to that.
You know, that right there. I'm supposed to stretch.
That's unstretched.
Wow.
But I'm not sure that's. Let's just go back.
Yeah.
I don't know what, that was awfully sensitive.
Yeah.
Should not be that sensitive.
So we'll do this right here. Oh,
You're
wow.
you're on, that's.
So
the
this
real-
needs to move to the right, doesn't it? 0.05 is what the problem was.
It was, yeah, it was just a guess. 01 was not quite right.
It's like we got to try two. I think it might have been right.
Yeah, I probably had you go the wrong way. I'm sorry.
Okay. One.
You want something, well, you got to execute it though.
Oh, okay. There you go. Okay.
See, the question is, does that cover the entire galaxy?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Pretty close. Okay,
Yeah.
make it permanent then. I mean, drag it down,
Okay.
drag it over there.
Where is it? Is this the actual?
But I don't,
Got on the clone.
whichever one you were operating on.
I think this one. It's not a preview, is it?
Yeah, you can get rid of real-time preview if you wanted to. There you go. Good. Okay, now you want to convolve it a little bit.
Get rid of this, agree?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
And then do some convolution, to smooth out the edges.
Here.
Okay, you did.
And drag it over, right?
So now you have your three components: PSF, star mask, and the luminance mask.
I have to ask, did you used to use histogram transformation to create that mask?
I think it would have
Where you
been,
kind of crop the edge of the histogram?
no,
No. Okay.
you could. I mean, there's like everything else in PixInsight, there's
So many
16,
ways.
16 different ways of doing it. But binarizing it would basically makes it a solid mask.
Okay.
So,
You wanna cancel,
I'll cancel one.
yeah, I know. That's it.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, now you're, what are the ones we don't need? What are the images? We don't- Master,
That's it.
I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the
Look at
background.
that.
That's the background from the
Mhm.
DVE.
There's that. There's the luminance. I don't think that's DVE.
That's the one you want to deconvolve.
Okay.
So you want to put on your put your luminous mask on it.
Can you show the three windows? I see the point spread function in the upper left.
Yep.
The star mask in the lower left, and then where's that other one?
When he just did that one right there.
That one. Okay. What do you call that one?
It's a luminous mask.
Luminance mask. Okay.
We're just going to drag that over to the. Yeah, that makes it easier.
Oh, you can't have spaces.
You gotta have that underscore. Or do it that way.
All right. Now, if you're making a mask, we're just dragging it.
Yeah.
Well,
But you got to do it.
That's a Libra.
Yeah, you created a clone on the mask.
yeah, that's all right. I don't need that.
This is a learning opportunity for all of us.
Good. So if I don't want to drag it on here, I want to drag it below it. That's what turns it into a
Yes,
mask.
it was. I'd forgotten that.
There you go.
And under mask, we can. Look, you got a button here. I don't know about it.
Okay, you're not highlighted the one.
Yeah.
Okay. See, now you turn it off.
Does that do it?
No, that's it. That's just hides it. The one over, the next one over turns it on and off. It's like a toggle switch.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And the black check reverses it.
Okay. Nice.
Invert, I mean, and then the red X eliminates.
Okay.
Okay, so you now have you have your luminous mask on the. All right. Go ahead.
Is it on there because I don't see brown?
Well, I think he turned it off, but no, he's on. Minimize that one. Okay. And go back to this one. Click on it,
Yeah.
and now turn. I think you turned it off. Like that. See, now it's brown.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Thank you. That wasn't a problem. That one. All right. Now deconvolution.
Again, my workflow is typically top to bottom.
Gotcha.
So we don't need to invert the mask, do we?
No,
No,
I don't put. Okay.
No.
So the first thing I want to do is we just created using that process, that script process, the PSF, and it's over here. Remember when we did this? So now we want to choose that. And the way to do that is you go to the external PSF and click and choose. It created this right here, it created PSF. Then de-ringing.
Yep.
You want a pretty low value here.
Usually I'd start off at 01
Yeah.
and then your local de-ringings.
Okay, so this is a star mask
That's where
we just created. And where do I call that? Oh, star mask.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time on last month's lesson on this. I don't think did we use this? No, we used it on a different image, but same process.
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to defer to Merrill here on
I
some of these.
don't
other-
touch those.
Okay, so we'll just try it.
Well, what I would do is do a preview.
Okay.
Kind of
What
like
section?
you want to get some of the galaxy
Okay.
and the stars.
If you look where my mouse is, I'm choosing the preview icon at the top there. And we're going to get maybe that's area there where we see both galaxy and stars. And then I'm going to select it here to the left.
Because it really makes you get a good picture of it without all the
and then-
math that has
and
to be
And
done.
then drag on it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So there's your preview. Oh, see the stars get tighter.
Yeah,
a little bit.
look
So-
especially in the arms here.
What you may want to try is a higher number of iterations
Yeah.
and see the type.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's like try 25.
Yeah, and see, you can go too far with the iterations.
I think that might have been what went wrong with my version of it, because the stars in the galaxy, or they're little blue clumps in the galaxy. That's, well, maybe.
Look especially along this arm
Yeah,
here.
see, it really sharpens it nicely.
There's some really good stuff going on there. It shrinks it, sharpens it. I might see a little ringing.
Well, yeah,
It's
I'm
not
not
too bad.
No, your stars in the background are nice.
They're,
and
they're
clean.
protected.
Yeah, yeah. So I think you did a good job on the masks, and I'd go with it.
Okay.
Drag that onto the main image.
So we just did the preview. Now we're going to go here.
There you go.
We're going to do the process.
And we didn't do the noise reduction yet either.
Yeah, you're right.
That's next. Because you can see the noise when you zoomed in on the preview, you could see the noise, albeit it's not a lot.
What are we doing time wise? We
Yeah,
don't,
we
we don't have
need-
to finish today.
Well, the objective today was to get to this point with the luminance and the RGB. Next month, we'll combine them, then do the detail.
Okay.
That looks really good.
So that's some really good. It just really improved the structure.
Yeah. One thing Adam would say is that if you put your, let me borrow just a second. Put your mouse. The brightness of your,
Redo.
what's that? I'm sorry.
I think you got to hit that button to get back.
Well, are you on the main, on the main? Oh, okay. He said that you don't really want this much be above 80, the Ks, which is, see, that's really, because if it has too bright, it's really not even what I want to do.
Is that the intensity, K?
Yeah, because if you get too bright, the color won't. The luminance is the detail that you want the color to be absorbed into the luminance. And I can't get to the buttons down here. Well, maybe I can get it up here. No, readout mode. Can I move this? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see it down here. Oh, right here. Duh. I want RGBK. So K is point. I mean, it's very good. So I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right.
If it was higher, it would be burnt out.
Yeah,
Color
color wouldn't saturate it right. Okay, so what you want to do now, I guess, is get ready your previews and then save that baby for we. Oh, no, we're going to do noise reduction. Oh, that was a great job on the deconvolution.
Yeah, that's just a linear drag.
Still linear. Beautiful. MAS. Save that baby.
Yeah, let's look at that.
Oh, you might want to get rid of the preview too.
Yeah.
Then next time we'll stretch them, combine them, and then do the final detail.
What is that pink column in the middle of the image?
That's the preview. We didn't get rid of the preview.
Oh, it's the boundary. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, what should we call this?
Bloom.
It's luminous. We go with that.
What is it? NGC 2835 lumen.
2035.
Yeah, 2835 lumen. No, that you can set space.
Noise X.
It's only, for some reason, they can't handle the space. spaces on.
Decon. We did a lot. I like to do whatever we did.
Yeah,
Python is there, yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Let's see.
okay, so we've got the, this is RGB. We probably should name it RGB. Or we could even call it something clever like NGC 2835.
That would be too clear.
Yeah. There you go.
Excellent.
All right,
All right.
good job.
So is this,
What's that, 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
So if we look at the agenda for last, we had up there, we were gonna continue this on next time. Was this valuable? Let me ask this question.
yeah.
If it's not valuable, we.
It's like Merrill says, you're the
Yes.
customer. We need to hear from you.
I found it valuable because now I know to go get Noise Exterminator.
That's
and
right.
I learned how to deconvolve. I've never done this process, so I'm going to practice on this for next time. And then I'd really like to see us combine the RGB and the luminance. I don't really know how to do that.
I don't either, because this is where I want Merrill's help, because when you start combining, you can't be linear anymore. Agreed? It's time.
Oh, yeah, it's stretched.
So you got to stretch that luminance. I mean, maybe the RGB can remain. Nope. Okay. So yeah. So we'll do that next time, unless you guys are ready to roll still. But we've been going pretty long.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, again, you're the customers. To me, there's lots of tricks. Even I've learned 2 or 3 of them tonight.
Yeah.
Just Steve's experience and Alan's experience. There'll be some things that we do with the HDMRT that I never knew anything about until I saw Adam do it.
And what I'd like to do is, like, when we're done processing this data, maybe, Merrill or somebody will just go through HDMRT and just kind of
Yeah, we'll do this.
go through
That's how you get the detail in your galaxy.
Oh, good. We're gonna do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. I mean, it's based on, I sent out Adam's version of it. And it's just beautiful. Do I have that? I don't know what I did with it. But
It's what channel are we in?
No,
I think you're on the PixInsight channel.
Yeah, but I think I had it someplace else.
What does the HDR stand for? High,
High definition.
what's the R?
I don't know.
I think HDR is high dynamic range.
I didn't make, you're right. Sorry.
Okay, high dynamic range multi-scale transform.
Okay.
Yeah, I was coming to a dead end there. I said, that doesn't sound right. Okay, did it, I sent out the link for Adam's image. Well, I don't, it doesn't
Well,
jump.
we're combining next time, so we'll
Yeah,
pop that up.
but that, what I do mine, I always take the best image I can find of what I'm trying to do. I
Mhm.
said, how can I get there?
Gotcha.
And then always just tell me, okay, he's got this area that looks like this. How do I do that?
Yeah, like there's a color there that you really like,
Or the detail
Mhm.
or the sharpening or whatever.
And is there any like databases out there you'd like to go to see what other people have done? To check.
I just search,
Yeah.
just search whatever the,
Just go. You
now
can
this
do
particular
Google.
one is the one we use from Adam.
Mhm.
Hang on.
I found one with a Google search that was just like this one that had the light in the corner.
Oh, did
Yeah.
maybe it was this one.
What star is that? Do you even know? It's a star.
Yeah,
there's a star.
Yeah, there's a star there.
There's a star down there at the bottom, just destroying the bottom left of that image.
Hang on. Okay, well, somewhere in that Slack channel, I sent that link out to you so you have a good picture of what it looks like, how Adam ended up. But he basically analyzed and said, what do I want to do throughout the process? What's the endpoint?
Mhm.
And he worked towards the endpoint.
Where is your Slack channel?
I might have stuck it on this.
All right,
Is that it?
right here.
Yeah,
It's on the PixInsight channel in our Slack site
Okay,
from August 27th. You posted it.
okay. We can call that.
If you guys didn't look at this, especially Devin, he and I are having trouble with our train. Look at that. Look at these hints I gave you, Devin, on the Slack channel in PixInsight. This thing here shows me my corners, and then this here analyzes, where your stars are good and where they're not.
Where are we looking here?
Yeah, we can't see that screen that you're looking at.
Sorry about
I
that.
have to pull it over there.
But
There you go,
let-
this screen.
okay,
Is this it?
yeah, that-
You see it now?
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, we covered that tool.
So check that out.
Not that tool. That's a
Yeah.
good tool.
Let's go up and look at some of this.
August 27th, you say?
Shouldn't be too much higher. Ooh, that's good. What is that?
Yeah.
This is Alan's.
That's
Click
Alan.
on that one and look at the stars in the galaxy, or look at the galaxy if you can. See, it looks like they're a lot up here than.
Well, I think that's where the deconvolution helps.
Hey,
Yeah.
where are you guys finding that PixInsight channel? All I see is astrophotography general and random.
Oh, you need to add the channel. So go to the plus button under channels. It says add channels.
Yep.
And choose PixInsight.
See your stars? Green.
Did you do it at SCNR?
You had, that's what you should do.
I did not do this.
Or you might have to browse channels and then you'll
Oh,
see.
Yep, I got it here. I had to
Okay,
browse.
yeah.
Thank you.
And there it is.
Well, that I just did a screenshot. It's not as good as if you go to Adam's.
Okay.
If you Google Adam, MGC 2835 Adam block, you'll find it.
Yeah, well, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, but I think I
You
actually
got high
had,
res. Maybe it's
I
on the
actually
Slack
had a
channel.
link to his website.
Okay. That wouldn't be it.
Anyway,
I might have stuck his image on here
Oh.
if you wanted to look. I
Well,
think, maybe not, but, okay.
We should probably do it next time.
Yeah.
I've got
Well, does anybody have
my
any
camera
questions?
and my keyboard
No,
on
good.
the easy ones. I got to go around the back.
Not a question, but can I get access to that server so I can get the data to work on?
Yeah, we'll have Rick send you an email.
Great.
I think he's still here, right, Rick?
No, Rick has leave.
Okay.
Now, okay.
I'll grab the data and I'll give you a link. I'll do that. I'll do that tomorrow morning.
It's a really big download, so just be prepared.
Yeah.
You're talking about photometric.
It's like a gigabyte almost download.
Oh,
Devin couldn't get the data.
Oh,
Rick didn't give him access.
Okay,
yet.
yeah, Rick has access to
But
it.
I've already got it down. I'll put it up on my
Okay,
company server
okay.
and send you the link.
You guys know we hook a OneDrive account up to the Slack channel, right?
Well, the OneDrive, how many gigs do they give you?
There's several, I mean.
Okay, I
keep
think
all this data.
I think this one job would max it out.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Rick's
5 or 6 gigs for free.
his drive we use is a 5 terabyte.
Yeah.
So it's got all kinds.
All right,
stuff
well,
on it.
I think we should wrap up for this week if nobody has any further. I did want to do something quick just that I ran into. Merrill liked it too. There's a script called render and annotate image.
Yes.
But before you do that, you got to do a image analysis and an image solver. So I'm clicking that right now. And I'm just going to go with the defaults.
Is this like plate solving and then labeling?
Yeah, you have to plate solve it to label it. So the other process will fail without doing this first. And that is already done. So I'm going to go grab that.
So image solver is a plate solver?
Yes.
Yes.
Got it.
So it's script and I'm going back there. It's image analysis, image solver. Now I'm going to render a annotated image. And you have a lot of control here, font size, the objects that are going to show up, you can uncheck them if it gets chaos. And just drag it in. Oh, this is one of those things you gotta just hit OK. And you can see
Wow, I love this. This is going to be awesome for teaching.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes, that's amazing.
Expand it, yeah, to the big one, yeah.
Yeah, so, and like if it's a MSCA object, it's like a different color. So, and you get to specify all that in that one script. But I ran across that and I went nuts. I thought that was the coolest.
It
thing.
is cool.
So what was the annotate one? It was called image annotate or what?
So the
Render
render annotate
annotate.
will
Okay,
not work if you don't
Plate
plate solve it first.
right.
Throws crap up there. It looks like it might be working, but it's not. And then so you do the image analysis, image solver, and then render annotate image. And it's kind of now I end up in, I think Merrill does the same thing. I end up in Photoshop for everything. So what I do now is I do this, I put on the top layer and I can turn it on and off. So I can open up the file and I can say, okay, you know, what was that? What was that object? And the galaxy, whatever the galaxy name is right there. Very cool.
I ended up Photoshop, put the star spikes.
Is that why you do this?
That's why I did
Okay.
it.
I do a little tweaking over there in Photoshop. You know, their unsharp mask really
It is pretty
really
good.
good. And they got some things are more real time for me for big files. So anyways, I wanted to share that. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, now we got everything saved. So, okay, we'll pick up next time at this point and then continue on the journey.
Great. Thank you. I learned a lot.
Yeah, me too. I appreciate it.
Plan
That's
would
great.
be, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
The
Thank
plan-
you, Michael.
The plan would be on the Wednesday before what we normally have had it on a Saturday.
Right.
And I'll put it on the calendar.
Yeah. Is it Devin, is this date still? I mean, I knew you had to have the Wednesdays here when you were in Memphis because of Methodist Hospital, but yeah, you're in Canada now, right?
Yeah, so as of right now through September, I'm home in Canada. I'm going to be looking for another contract again in October, whether I come back down to Memphis or end up somewhere else. I'm not sure what
So
my
is it
schedule will
possible
be.
for you?
Yeah, we're not married to Wednesdays.
So,
If this is not good, we can, the advantage of something other than Saturdays, it doesn't interfere with observing sessions.
Right. If it's a full moon, no problem.
Well, but we have two of them this weekend. This would have
That's true.
been normally.
We have a lot of volunteers going out, so
So,
we won't be here. Like pretty much every Saturday I'm out in the field.
so, yeah, the question needed to ask, is this the good day of the week to do it?
Yeah.
Because we have total flexibility.
And if not, just let us know.
You should look for something in New Mexico.
Mylan, do you like this day? Mylan's muted. Okay, well, we'll ask him later.
Anyway, well, I'll put it on the Slack channel and just ask the question again.
All right.
So. All right, I think we're,
Somebody
stop
chat.
the
Somebody asked a
recording.
question in chat.
Oh, somebody,
Oh, somebody put Devin probably put the link. That's where you get, and that's where you get Star Exterminator, right there.
Yes, I used the link and I bookmarked it. So I'm going to purchase it right after this.
They got the Star Shrinker also, but it only works in Photoshop. And I tried it. I loved it. It was unbelievable.
oh, was that right? This is deconvolution,
It
basically.
does deconvolution. There's no ringing. It shrinks these stars, sharpens them, and it does it that fast. It's just unbelievable. So
I can't afford Photoshop, so I'm stuck with this one.
they're greedy. They make you pay once a month.
Okay, we want to stop the recording.
Okay, where is that at?
I hear that stop video? No,
Stop.
stop. Rick, where are we?
Well,
Well, what's stop video? No, that can't be it.
Stop share.
we'll stop share
There,
first.
stop recording.